Well, this month is dedicated to calling attention to the culture, traditions, and achievements of Native Americans. And this afternoon, we're learning more about the Intertribal Friendship House here in Oakland. It's one of the oldest resource and community organizations of its kind. And here with me now are two board members, Alice Sanchez and Lisa Dodson. Thank you so much for being here, both of you. Alice, I want to start with you. I know that you are really a huge advocate for your Native community here in Oakland.
I am. Thank you. Alice Sanchez. I am Pomo, Choctaw, and Hawaiian. The IFH, Intertribal Friendship House, was established in 1955 to serve the needs of Native Americans that were relocated from their reservations to San Francisco Bay Area. My grandmother, Alice Carnes, whom I was named after, was one of the original founders of the Intertribal Friendship House.
Yeah, so it's really close to you.
It's even closer than that. Fun fact is my parents met at the Intertribal Friendship House.
Wow.
And I went to Hint Hill Preschool there, and I also did ballet classes there. So my roots are really deep within this community.
Yeah, they certainly are. And I know how and why you're so passionate about this. Talk with me, Lisa, about the mission of the organization and really the types of services that are provided.
Yeah, so my name is Lisa Dodson. I'm Cherokee, Hickory, Apache, and Taos Pueblo. I was born and raised here in the East Bay, as were both my parents. They were born in Oakland. And I'm a proud member of the IFH, we call it IFH board. And we provide a ton of services like a weekly drum and dance practice with All Nations Drum. They've been there for almost 30 years. And we have beading circles and basket weaving and regalia making. Just a lot of, we do a lot of teachings that we're hoping will pass on to many generations to come. And we mean to do it to culturally ground people.
Because, Alice, I was reading on the website in terms of the mission, it says to promote the ability of Native people to thrive in an urban environment through ceremony, traditions, and cultural connections. I mean, it really is important to keep a hold of your past.
Absolutely. I think that tradition is so important. If you don't pass down your tradition, it'll get lost. You know, and I was very fortunate to have parents who passed down traditions to us. So I'm continuing that legacy as well. Lisa,
talk about the needs of this particular community.
So our community might be a little bit different. Sometimes we tend to have a little bit of trust issues. So IFH is somewhere, it's a trusted resource where people can go and ask their opinions on things and get resources to places that they need help from. And it's really needed in our community just to help people culturally and spiritually, and it really grounds you.
And Alice, about how many people are served and what tribes?
Oh gosh. There's so many people served. I think, was it
like 60,000 in the 60,000 in the 7 Bay Area counties, San Francisco Bay Area, and about 8,000 a year come through our doors.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, and then in terms of tribes, because I think people aren't really, they don't really know about the number of tribes that exist here in the Bay Area and those with connections to those tribes.
There's so many different tribes. My grandmother, who was one of the co-founders, is from Oklahoma. So she's not a California from a tribe. My father, Northern California, Pomo. There's so many different tribes.
So there's over 500 federally recognized tribes across the U.S. and over 100 in California alone. But then there's so many more that aren't federally recognized and they're indigenous to their land. So many people travel and they come through our doors and then they come back. They come back years later and visit. It's kind of like grandma's home, you know, like
it's
you come back to
so there's many different tribes.
Yeah, and then talk with me about what we should all be doing during this month and really all year to get more involved and more knowledgeable about Native American history.
I think one of the good things is land acknowledgement. You know, we're all on Native land here, so just acknowledging what tribe was here before you.
Know your history, learn your history. Yeah, and pass it on. Pass on the truth.
And it sounds like it's not just these connections that you're able to forge, but also you provide some really important services. I mean, for one, food. Right? Talk about the importance of being able to feed people and to have them feel that sense of community.
That is the best feeling. We do a potluck every Wednesday along with drum and dance, and we feed the community. They come during holidays or during harvest and Christmas, we provide food bags and we provide dinners as well.
And even during COVID, we had to shift gears really quickly, and we became a resource for that as well. And we would drop off food and supplies to people's homes right on their porches, so they wouldn't have to leave and go to the store. But not only that, but we teach how to grow traditional foods and make it, and be healthy.
In our center, we grow strawberries, we grow tobacco, we grow sweetgrass, we grow many
medicine and food.
Yes.
So as we look back, I mean, as I mentioned, you've been around for a really long time, more than most organizations like yourself. What do you see sort of the future looking like?
Well, we hope that it's being passed on from generation to generation. That's sort of, what we do. We bring in elders and we bring in resources as they come and go, and we pass it on. We pass it on to the younger generation, and that's what we want to do. We want to preserve what we have and keep it going.
Continue to thrive in our culture. And yeah, again, like Lisa said, pass it down generation to generation.
Well, hopefully that's what you're able to do. Really a pleasure to have you both in studio today and to really highlight the important work of this organization. Thank you both very much.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks
Heather.
for having us.